fellow listeners. Today I will be treating mathematics. I will be treating a topic in mathematics, which is permutation and combination. Now, when we are looking at the word permutation, what is permutation? We said that permutation deal with order of what? Arrangement. That is permutation. Combination deal with order of what? Selection or choosing. You understand? But before we can discuss permutation and combination, there are some certain language, there are some certain terms we need to already talk about. What are those language for? For instance, we talk about the word, we have to understand this word. In English word, we call this exclamation mark. But in mathematics, we call it word factorial. This word, this is factorial. Now, a number can be expressed in factorial. When they say a number is expressed in factorial, for example, we can have n word factorial. We can write it like this, n factorial. How do we define n factorial? Now, when we're talking about n factorial is simply the product, take note of that, is simply the product of n and other numbers less than what? N. When I say it's simply the product of n and other number less than n, it means that I will say that is n bracket n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus n factorial. Look at it. This is how you define factorial. So the word factorial, this is what it stands for. For example, if I want to talk about, for example, of this n factorial, n there can stand as a number. Now, when you have 0 factorial in here, 0 factorial is the same as 1. 2 factorial, when you have 2 factorial, is the same as what? 2. But when you now come to 3 factorial, like this, how do we express 3 factorial? Our n is 3. Look at it. N here symbolizes what? 3 here. It's represented by 3. So how do we write it? We cannot say that 3 bracket 3 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 3, just as the n minus n factorial. We have it factorial like this. So in other words, I can say that here is 3 times 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1, 3 minus 3 is 0 what? Factorial. It means that 3 times 2 is 6. Times 1, 6 times 1 is 6. 0 factorial we said is 1. So everything becomes what? 6. So when you have 3 factorial, it means 6. But 2 factorial is 2. 0 factorial is 1. Are you getting it? Now, another thing again, if I want to look at it in another way, I can write 4 factorial. I will write 4 factorial. What is 4 factorial? In a short clip, a short moment, I can write 4 factorial as 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 0 what? Factorial, as it is here. Meaning here is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus 4 is 0. Meaning that in this case, 4 times this is 12, 24. Everything becomes 24. So 4 factorial means 24. So when you are looking at a number, when you want to express a number in factorial, that is how you express a number in factorial. Now, let's look at this example. For example like this, a question can come in this way. They will ask you, say, in how many ways can the letters of the alphabet A, B, C be arranged? Now look at the options given. How do you attempt to this kind of question? Now, what you just do here is this. When they ask you in how many ways can the letters of the alphabet A, B, C, now first of all you're going to look at is that you are going to look at the number of alphabet. The numbers. How many alphabets are there? Let's look at them. 1, 2, 3. It shows that the number of alphabet is 3. There are 3 what? Alphabetical letters there. So how do we now find the number of ways now? In other words, we now say, therefore, the number of ways, listen carefully now. The number of ways, the number of ways will now be equal to what? 3 factorial. It will now be written like this. Which is equivalent, which is the same as 3 times 2 times what? 1 times 0 factorial, which is 6 ways. We have done this before. So that is just the question. In this case now, you have solved this. Like in another way round, they can still give you a question. Like the question we just, like the question I just explained here now. If I want to thoroughly explain it, there are other ways I can see explain it. Look at me. What we are saying, when they ask you, in how many ways can the letters of the alphabet A, B, C? Let's look at it. We have the alphabet A, we have it. We have B, we have C. These are alphabets here. Now, how many ways can this letter be arranged? Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Here we have A, B, we have C. We have A, C, we have B. I can come here, we have B, A, we have C. We have B, we have C, we have A. Here we have C, we have A, we have B. We have C, we have B, we have what? A. Now, if you look at it, there's no way we can arrange this again aside this. And if you look at it very well, no word is repeated. We started with AA, AB, AC, BA, BC, CA, CB. Look at it. And if you count the number of ways here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what? 6, which we have just what? Expressed here. That is exactly what we are talking about here. So in a question where they ask you such question, you should know how to answer the question. Now let's make another example.